Live from Appleton, it's APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 537 for Thursday, April 11th, 2024.
I was gonna say that. This week we have banter, news, updates, sailor price reductions, new vintage, new inks, grab-and-go pen cases, bright blue ballpoints, Dipton inks, Hocoro dip pens, a contest winner, a new contest, plus nothing that we know of that is coming soon.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Did you know that 70% of the Earth is water? Probably remember that from school. Yeah.
Okay.
And virtually none of it is carbonated. So essentially, the Earth is flat.
Oh my God! Don't go there. Do not go there. Tell me about today.
Today, Thursday, April 11th, is National Pet Day.
That's bad.
This day is dedicated to those pets who may not always get the companionship and attention pets deserve. While loving our pets is something we do every day, the observance encourages helping out orphaned pet companions.
You know what we need to do?
We need to put a lock on the door so the cats can't jump on the bed in the middle of the night.
Oh my God. We have a big-ass cat, and he likes to walk over Brian's head to go and cuddle next to Brian, and he's heavy. No, we need to go to that coffee shop with the cats. Yes.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever done that? It looks cool.
You buy a cup of coffee and then you hang out with cats all day? Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I'm all for it.
I think it's like an hour.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, Saturday, April 13th, is Scrabble Day. Originally named Lexico and then Crisscross Words, Alfred Mosher Butts eventually settled on the name Scrabble.
Wow, that's a name.
I know. I have two funny Scrabble stories because you're a captive audience. Number one, my family loves to play Scrabble. My mom and my brother and my future sister-in-law, my stepdad are all avid Scrabble players. And in fact, for Christmas, we got Mom a new Scrabble board. Yeah. And the shortest Scrabble game I've ever played, one play by one person. My two besties in Tampa, Jackie and Doug and I were playing Scrabble. We all got our tiles. Jack went first. She laid down Lexmark. She was out of tiles, and the game was over. And every once in a while, one of the three of us will text the other and just say Lexmark, and I know that we're all laughing. So there you go.
Awesome. Monday, April 15th, Tax Day.
Why is that in there?
I don't know why that's in
there. All right.
It's one of my least favorite days of the year.
I know.
We have some news.
Yes, lots of news.
Last call, discontinued, new lower prices, a bunch of sailors. So we're just going to read these off because some of these may or may not actually still be here.
Right.
Because we are literally selling a bunch today. Sailor 1911 Trinity, Pro Gear Soda Pop Blue, the Pro Gear Slim Go USA. Those all have a new lower price and are discontinued.
Yes, and so some of these have a lower price, some are discontinued, and some are both.
Yeah.
We got a big 32-page update from Sailor.
Was it really 32 pages?
It was 32 pages. That included other, it was a whole price list, but the first half of it was just pens, and so you had to go through and see which one was discontinued, which one is completely sold out, which one is on the way out, which one has a new price. So again, discontinued meaning once it's gone, it's gone. With a new lower price, the Trinity, the Soda Pop Blue, the Pro Gear Slim Go USA, new lower price, not discontinued that we're aware of. The Sailor Pro Gear Slim Manyo Special Edition sets. These were the moss, the wisteria, the iris, and the grass. And those came with a bottle of ink?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And then separately, discontinued are the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Manyo Limited Edition sets, which is different. These were the Plum and the Dianthus. So those are on the way out. So if you wanted one, grab it now while we have them. And then also, last call, discontinued. When they're gone, they're gone. the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Seasonal Festival. The only one we have left in that is the Kiku.
It's the orangish one.
Yes.
I believe.
And I have a little note that what I called a FOMO alert. If these are gone by the time that you see this video, definitely sign up for the mailing list, because often we talk about things that are in the mailer. And so sometimes by the time that this comes out, especially for, excuse me, things that are being discontinued or price reduction or whatever, sometimes by the time you see this, they may be sold out. So definitely sign up for the mailing list.
All right, we've got some new vintage pens that are coming up.
I love that, new vintage.
New vintage, and so I've got some really interesting ballpoints and rollerballs, some for jotter collectors, and then
Like Justin.
Yeah, like Justin, and some interesting fountain pens. So I'm going to kind of go through some of these real quick, just to kind of give you essentially a lot of these first 5 or 6 are jotters. So, but they're a little bit special. So this is actually a Parker Eversharp. So it's got the big E model, which is similar to a 45 factory cap actuated demonstrator. Really super cool piece. So you can see all the inner workings of the cap and how the cap works. Very neat, in nice condition. I also have a couple special jotters that were imprinted. One for Aero Park's 25th anniversary. So that's where Parker was in Janesville. I've also got, this one is a real special one. This is the 1 millionth jotter from 1957, August 30th, cool. 1957.
1 million in
1 million.
1957?
Yeah. And it's just got that early inverted trough clip.
That's cool.
So that's a cool one. There's a couple of very interesting, these are very unusual, sterling silver overlay on the barrel. And this one's got the medical caduceus on it. And it's hallmark sterling, stainless cap. And this one's got the early clip as well.
Very cool.
And this one
funky.
Is entirely sterling and cap and barrel overlay. And this one has a diamond pattern, and then you could buy these and have your name essentially in a filigree. And so we've got John Mack's name in the sterling. That's a pretty super cool pen.
In high school, I had a friend named John McNamara, and everybody called him Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac? Maybe that's his pen.
Could be.
Could be.
Doubt it.
Also, going along with some of the Parker pen, the factory stuff, here is a window jotter.
Oh, that's funky.
And these used a special jotter that was a thin jotter, and then they put a sleeve over it. But when you click it, the refill turns, and then there's a different thing in the window. So in this example, this is the Parker annual report, and it's got earnings per share, dividends, and ROI percentage, and sales for 73 and 74.
Wow.
So it shows you the change year over year.
They went up quite a bit between 73 and 74 in sales.
Yeah. So that's kind of a neat pen. And going along with some interesting personalized ones, I've got a couple of these. Actually, originally were felt tip pens. These 45s, they look like 45s, but you can fit an actual rollerball refill in here. This one is Richard Nixon, the White House version. He used those in the White House. I also have one here for Nelson Rockefeller, who was vice president under Gerald Ford. He had apparently his own 45 felt tips.
Of course he did.
So those are the ballpoints and rollerballs, and we've got a ton more. But we have a couple interesting fountain pens. This one here, 52, Waterman 52.
I like the 52 size personally.
Yeah, it's a nice,
I can
unposted.
see you liking the 54 better, but the 52 is a little.
Well, 54 is not much bigger a barrel. It's just the nib. This one here, what makes this special? While we were talking about it, factory stub nib, big stub. It's quite unusual. And this one we also did a little re-blackening too with the Dr. G's, and it turned out quite nice. So we've got that one. It's a very interesting factory stub. I also have a nice Schaefer oversized balance, black and gold, classic pen. This is great in and of itself, but this one actually has a flexible Schaefer nib, which is so uncommon. Yes. It's not even funny.
When you find a Schaefer pen with a flexi nib. It is definitely...
It's a day to celebrate. I've got a nice full-size Schaefer balance here, but this one has the milled cap bands, which is kind of cool, kind of unusual. We've got a visualated section, 14 karat gold junior nib. That's kind of a fun one, lever filler. And last but not least, another flexible nib pen. This is the Maybe Todd Swallow in black and pearl. Lovely, lovely flexible 14 karat gold nib. These shoulders that go way down, long sloping tines. Really, really a nice flexible pen. So that, and there are more pens, ballpoints, fountains, rollerballs, etc. that are going up this week.
Great. We're going to move that up there. And speaking of jotters, we did just get in just a handful of the new Parker Jotter, the Tokyo, the special edition Tokyo.
Yeah.
Kind of a bright pink,
yeah.
and then it's got the cityscape, and then little cherry blossoms.
Little sakura down on the bottom here. Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah. So nice packaging.
Yeah, the box is really pretty.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Mother's Day coming up or graduation. Make a really great gift.
Yeah.
That's a pretty box.
pretty cool stuff.
All right. What else? Endless Alchemy inks. So we got in 3 of the 4 colors. We got in the Drops of Mars, the Mystic Forest, and the Wizard's Pencil. They come in a really funky 60 ml bottle. I think it looks like a space capsule with a nipple down at the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
it does
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
They are sealed. They also come with a cork that has a hole in it that will function to hold it. However, each of these are hand blown. So the nipple on them are going to be different
Some
on
are
every
larger.
single one. And so I don't know if you can see it from here. Justin will zoom in later. But each one is going to be different. So some may be far more pronounced. Some may be not much at all. So just be aware that that is a function of how they are made because they are hand blown.
And why are we talking about that? Well, we're talking about that because this cork mat has one side is flat and one side has a cutout in it. And so the idea is when you have the cutout side up and you put your bottle in, it sits a little bit more sturdy.
A little more straight.
If your bottle has a little bit more pronounced nipple on the bottom, it doesn't sit up quite as straight. It still rocks around, but it still holds it kind of in place. So it's not going to sit flat. They're not all going to sit flat.
They do not.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
So
they're all space capsule shaped, and they have the cork. Each one is hand blown, and then you also get a couple other things with the bottle of ink.
Yeah, so it's nice. It actually comes with this cork for travel, so you can take that off.
This rubber stopper.
But they also include, here's your cap. So they include the cap, and then they include a little. Essentially, it looks like a bar napkin. So when you take the cork off, you don't get your fingers inky. So it's kind of.
Is this cork?
Or with this.
It's a travel seal.
This cork, this seal.
This peel.
So when you take that out. Yeah.
So all right.
All right, so those are in, and the boxes are fun. Kind of neat. So, and each one has a unique product ID on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
The Girologio Grab and Go 4-pen case. When we were traveling back and forth to Chicago, I loved this because I could throw everything in here and I didn't have to lug, my giant purse plus my laptop bag plus suitcase and everything. So it's like.
It's cool. It's got this removable keychain in here. You can snap it in place.
Work in front, party in the back kind of thing. Both the outside covers have a slot. So you could put a little skinny notebook or index cards or something in there.
You've got two slots in the back here.
2 slots in the back. Yeah.
Actually, two layers there.
One here, and then one here.
Oh, no, there's one here, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a
all
second one
sorts of
back
stuff.
here, yeah. You want to tuck something else back
You can
there.
put credit cards or business cards here. There's a little, you could put coin. You could use this totally as a wallet. You can put coins in there for those of us who still carry coins. There is a little keychain that is removable.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff
cool
going on there.
So these come in the black and the oxblood.
Yeah, and it's importantly, you've got 4 slots for 4 pens.
Oh yeah, we got to
large,
talk about that.
large slots. They're double loop, so the pens aren't going to touch. If you have fat, oversized pens, they will fit in there just fine.
Or if you're like me, you can fit extras in there. Cool.
We have a ballpoint here.
Oh,
One for you.
We're going to talk about another ballpoint.
We
made,
are,
too.
because you know what you can do with this? You can put a cross broad ballpoint refill in this.
So the Cross Beverly came out a couple years ago, and at the time we were blown away because it was such a different shape for cross. Like, really, this is a cross pen? Because it's definitely a very different silhouette, and it came in a couple different colors. I don't know what the status is of these, but we do still have some of the bright blue.
It's a nice color. Really a nice color.
It always was our favorite. Again, don't forget Mother's Day is coming up, graduation gifts, whatever.
Put your broad refill in here.
And they take your classic cross refill, and Brian and Dave are in love with that new broad refill that we have.
Use it every day.
In fact,
Finally.
Brian and Dave were talking about this, and I couldn't find the cross pen that I bought years ago. And I knew that I had it in Chicago, and Brian and I both kind of tore up the house and went through my office and boxes and the store and whatever. And I said, well, I have a couple more boxes in the basement. Let me go look there. And right on top, just sitting there staring at us that we pass a couple, like 10 times a week, is this cross pen that I got. Nothing special. It's copper.
It's copper.
Which is cool.
Which I don't think they make right now.
And I did put that broad refill in it. And it is really,
nice.
It's such a different experience. So if you have one of these cross pens, get the broad refills, give it a shot. You will be surprised at how much better it is. I know it sounds silly to get excited about a ballpoint refill, but it's really gonna.
It makes a difference. It really does.
Life.
It does. It changed my life. Sailor Dipton Hocoro Restock. So these are available inks and pencils. These are dip pen only.
Yes.
We should stress that. Or you can use them as with dip pen ink or regular fountain pen ink if you want. But pen barrels available in white, gray, or clear transparent.
Yes. So the pens you can use either with the dip.
Yes.
Or with fountain pen.
The ink itself.
The ink you can only use with dip
yes.
pens.
Yeah.
So make sure that that's clear. Pen barrels, gray or white or clear.
We have sets.
Yes, these are cool.
And these are Fude with a small bottle of ink, a 10 ml bottle of ink. And some of these are limited?
Yes. So the first set that came out were the shimmer. It was the ice blue, the mellow forest, and the coral humming. And the ice blue and the mellow forest sets have been discontinued. I don't know about the bottles, but the sets.
We have the bottles.
Yes, the sets were marked as discontinued on our most recent invoice. Okay. So the coral humming may be on the way out.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the bottles of ink. And then,
it's really a good deal for the price of the pen and the bottle of ink.
And then the second round of pen and ink sets were the sheening. And so the dark cave, the blue flame, and the ripe fig are sheening.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So these are cool. They are still available.
All right. And so you can get the barrels separately. You can get the pens with the nibs. Nibs are fine, medium, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and of course Fude, which is really
big ass.
Well, not necessarily. It's just more fun because it's a Fude.
Right.
Nib reservoirs, we have those available separately. Those for if you want for your fine or medium, they come on the 1 and the 2, I believe, or the 2 millimeter they come on.
So it's a whole bunch of options.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And then inks, we already mentioned that, the shimmer
Dip
and the
pen
sheen.
only.
So yeah, so these are back in stock, and they're just real fun. What I like about the pen, and I don't have it out here, but you can take the nib and you can turn it, invert it inside, and keep it as a travel so that it doesn't get ink everywhere. And then it's got a little flat spot on the side so it doesn't roll off your desk.
See if I can open this without making a ton of noise for Justin.
Yeah. See,
Oh, yeah, that's how it comes.
It's inverted. And
And
so if you
then-
want to take it, don't twist it. You got to pull it out. It's not round.
Oh.
Yeah, it's flat.
See?
So it only goes in one way, and then
Which
it
is
will
good. It
sit
means
on
you
your
can't screw
desk
it up.
without rolling.
Very cool. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm only in the store twice a week.
We had a contest last
I don't see all
APTV.
the cool stuff. You and Dave know everything.
I don't necessarily, but Summer Pearl says, you made me realize because I select seasonal palettes of inks, they naturally go with corresponding matchy-matchy pens. So yes, I guess I do rotate my pens. Lisa, you convinced me to buy that orange Custom Heritage several years ago, and it's in my top 10 favorites, so thank you.
It is so gorgeous. I love those. Larry Jensen says, I do seem to rotate my pens somewhat seasonally, but I've noticed that more changes take place around holidays, which are more emotionally linked, as well as the seasons of life. There is always something special about the Christmas season, as well as around Easter. I recently acquired a pen made from an olive tree and formerly owned by a rabbi, and I derive a certain amount of inspiration from its use. Absolutely.
Alexandra Beecher says, I don't choose specific pens for the seasons, but I do like to use a few holiday-themed inks during December, like Diamond Holly and Polar Glow.
Yep. Jessup says, I do not rotate pens seasonally, but rather on whim or when I have something new and need to move something out of use to make room for it. See, you got a one in, one out kind of thing.
No.
So I clean it before shelving it so it doesn't become a hairy mess when I next want it.
A hairy mess.
So you just keep adding things to your...
I do.
Yeah.
William Brockman, that's not necessarily true. William Brockman, way down here in Nolans, our seasons are warm and hot, so no, I
Yes,
don't
they
rotate my pens
are.
with the seasons. Yeah. Yep.
John Park
agree.
says, nice show. The change of the seasons probably affects my ink selection more than anything. Of course, you need to put said ink in a pen where it would blend to the aesthetic of said pen. So, in a roundabout way, it does, and I do.
I like that answer. I
Okay.
like that. That's awesome. We have a winner. Winner is Phil Norden, and Phil says, my pen rotation changes every week.
All right, now stop. That's serious commitment. Go.
Depending on the season and also the topic for study in my classroom. For example, next week my second grade students will be looking at ancient Egypt, and Anoto has a version of their British Museum pen that references the Rosetta Stone.
Cool.
I'll carry and use that pen all week, and then on Friday morning I'll draw a name from my hat. The lucky winner will get to use that pen all morning, and that's a very big deal. Perhaps not surprisingly, I have pretty good attendance on Fridays. Nobody wants to miss a chance to write with a cool pen.
That's brave.
That's awesome.
Second
I like
graders, that is awesome, but that's also very brave.
Congratulations, Phil. Send an email to Eric at andersonpens.com. He'll take care of getting that credit onto your Anderson Pens account.
That's very cool.
There's a good question.
New contest and survey. Do you prefer a cigar-shaped pen or a flat top?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you show an example of each?
Yeah, so here's your classic
Cigar
cigar,
shaped?
or as we should call it, a balanced shape because it's balanced.
Yeah. Okay.
Or a flat top, which is this beautiful guy right here. I kind of like. I'm more of a cigar shaped fan.
I am hands down flat.
I mean, I guess I should.
You don't care, it's just a pen.
No, I know I do
Any
care.
pen.
If it's a modern pen, if it could be cigar shaped, I would prefer that. But most of the actual pens that I collect as a collection are all flat tops. So I can't say I don't prefer them because I've got majority of my collection is flat top pens.
I
So
greatly prefer a pen with flat ends. I like square cars. I like things that are boxy. But I do absolutely prefer a flat top and a flat barrel as opposed to a cigar shape.
okay.
In fact, given a choice, I'll not buy a pen if it's a cigar shaped, if there's a different option. It's just a thing.
Okay. One commenter will be chosen at random to win a $20 credit onto his or her AP account. You
Justin,
got anything else?
Justin was rolling his eyes at me. Nope. We're good. Anything else coming up?
Nope, I don't think so.
How many days until the Chicago Pen Show?
It's a couple weeks. Oh, actually, you know what we should mention is what day is it? April 20th?
Yes. What day is what day?
Saturday, April 20th?
Oh, yes.
Pen Club?
Why is it not on here? Saturday, April 20th. That is coming up quickly. Here in Appleton in the store, we are having Pen Club from 2 to 4, right after we close the store. And we are doing cleaning, spring cleaning of your pens. So bring in your pens. We will clean them with you, show you how to use all the different stuff, bulb syringes, make sure you're only using cold water, etc. If you don't know what to do with pen flush and, different funky lever fillers, pistons, that's all you.
Yep.
It's too much work for me.
Yeah, bring your stuff and let's
bring
get
your
it,
stuff.
get it
Let's
cleaned
get
up,
them
show you how to do it.
clean and get them all back in working condition.
So, all right.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can check us out on social media as Anderson Pens.